yeah. Well, yeah, one is supposed to. Like,
when they pulled them out, they were like.
For more humans than animals, so a lot of times the readings won't be accurate.
They're really tired of this super heavy.
That's how far it takes. He worked in OR, so he couldn't be in the surgery, but he'd work with everybody. So
Surgeon is the tall lady, all the way straight to bed.
Veterinary specialty service.
Service support.
Service support.
So here today we're kind of putting on a dual purpose exercise. The point of this exercise is for us to get practice in a field setting performing these tasks such as surgery and physical exams, as well as food inspection and kind of practice running a laboratory test in the field, as well as providing kind of a service for the community. We're doing these surgeries for free. So they go out in theater and spread out to the Role 2, Role 3 hospitals and provide care for the military working dogs in those settings. They also are responsible for sanitary audits. There's a huge difference between doing surgery in a completely sterile, clean hospital room and doing surgery in a tent in the field. And while we're in theater, we're not really going to have a choice. You have to do it in the tent. So it's good to set up now and practice so that when it comes to crunch time, you are actually confident in what you're doing and it's not the first time you've ever had to do surgery and have the generator go out. And I believe the primary reason they send vets into the field is it's really dual purpose. It's care for the military working dogs, you know, if they get injured for some reason. Same as the soldiers. Soldiers go to a hospital, so do the military working dogs. They're there to provide support for them. They're also there to do the sanitary audits to support all of the soldiers. That's a big part of what we do overseas. We go to all the providers of any sort of food, bottled water, ice, anything like that, and we're inspecting those plants to make sure that they are up to par to provide kind of quality food and resources for our troops, because it's really challenging to ship all of that stuff, and when you have to carry it in on convoys, those are vulnerable. So you want to get as many local providers as possible, but those need to be vetted, so to speak. I think most people are surprised to hear that the Army has vets at all. There's only about 500 vets in all the armed services, and nobody quite understands why the vets are responsible for food inspection, but I'd say that's probably the biggest surprise of our job, that primarily we're here for the military working dogs and to inspect any goods that soldiers are going to consume. Yeah, we actually have a laboratory tent set up where they're doing some simulated testing in a field environment to, you know, it's not a very clean lab, the spotless, sterile environment, so it's good to, you know, set up a microscope and set up these tests in the field in a tent on a table. We have a couple of privates who are staying out here every night. They're on a rotating schedule and they're just here to, you know, basically protect the equipment. It's very, you know, sensitive anesthetic machines. We're not keeping, obviously, controlled drugs or anything out here, but the biggest thing I think every pet owner should know is you don't just go to the vet for vaccines. Your animals need to be looked at on a regular basis just to make sure everything is still going okay. Yearly exams are not just for vaccines, they're very important. We're providing this service back to our own community. This is going to the 593rd, and this isn't costing the owners anything. So they're getting free anesthesia, free blood work, free exam, and free surgery and dentals. So it's really, really cool. I actually brought my own dog in. He got a dental done yesterday. Yeah, we're going to be doing these periodically, and you know, we'll put the word out, and it's a great opportunity for, you know, the soldiers to get this done. Neuters and spays are expensive. Dentals are really expensive. I feel like this is really ideal for mission readiness. it's an adjustment process to get used to a clinic in a tent. You know, an uneven service, a big noisy generator running your anesthesia machine. It's not the ideal, sterile, quiet operating room in a spotless hospital. So I think it's very good preparation for what medicine would be like in the field. You know, basically this is dual purpose. I know the big focus is surgery because that's the cool bit that, you know, is free, a very expensive procedure for free, but we're also here to help our soldiers get used to being in a field environment, to do food inspections in a field environment and testing, as well as dental procedures. There's a lot going on here, and most importantly of all, we're giving something back to our community who's